Hi, my name is Tim Buwick, PPR Certified Pickleball Professional for Total Pickleball. As we continue to climb the ladder in the pickleball scale, as we get better and better, we're going to be looking at stacking, which is a strategic element in the doubles game in order to play to your strengths and to cover your weaknesses. So let's talk about stacking, why to stack. There's 2 types of stacking and 4 reasons why we should do it. So let's get right to it. I love this. I love getting into the strategic elements of pickleball. And there's 4 reasons why we want to stack. Okay, 1 is if I'm playing with a lefty, I'm a righty. Okay, we want to play to our strengths. Okay, so we'd like to have forehands down the middle, and we'll show how we do that. So reason number 1 to stack is one's a left-hander, one's a right-hander. Reason number 2 is we want to play to our strengths. Maybe I've got a killer forehand and I want to make sure that I'm on this side so I have more forehands that I can hit. 3rd, I want to cover my weaknesses. So I want to have my partner on the side that can cover up. Maybe it's a weaker shot. Maybe I've got a poor backhand that I need to cover. And the 4th reason is make your opponent uncomfortable. We're going to change up the look. Say they're on a roll and they're up 8-0 or something along those lines, and we go, whoa, we got to do something different. Now we change the look. Again, our goal with our opponents is I'm not happy until they're unhappy. Okay, so I want to change the look. I want to make them feel uncomfortable. Now there's 2 different types of stacks, and we're going to go through that right now. Let's talk about the standard or the traditional stack. And when would we use it? Okay, we're all right-handers here. So let's say that I've got a weaker backhand and we need to cover that. All right, I want to be on this side because I've got a strong forehand. I'm more of an attack player than Andrew, okay? Hypothetically, of course. Okay, so I want to be on this side. Here's something that you want. So we decide ahead at the beginning of the match, which side do you prefer? I tell Andrew, I said, listen, I like being on the left side, okay? So I'm going to start over here on the left side. Here's the key point, is whenever our score is even, we are on our preferred side, which for me is on the left or the odd side, and you're gonna be on the right or even side. So let's say the score is odd, and the score is now 1-0-1, okay? Which means you're gonna be serving over here, and I'm gonna be here. Now the key thing is, I wanna be on this side. But by rule, Andrew has got to serve to Howard over on this side. So how do I get over to this side? I'm going to stand right here, okay? Andrew's going to serve and just simply move over. There it is, move over. And now we're on our preferred side. There. So then, if the score is 2-0-1 with Andrew serving, nothing needs to be done, all right? So it's gonna be 2, you're gonna be now over here. So now we don't need to do any stacking because we're on our preferred side. So let's talk about stacking when serving. My partner Andrew's on the side I wanna be, but I have to hit from the even or the right side by score. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I am going to serve, and when I serve, I'm coming over to this side. Andrew's gonna come behind me. I like when the server moves up and my partner goes behind me because I'm already moving forward, just so we know. Last thing we wanna do is go, oh no, we run into each other. So the server always steps forward. So it looks something like this. Now we're on the side that we wanna be on. Okay, and now we're playing to our strengths and covering our weaknesses. Now, how does it work when we're returning? Let's say, Andrew, you're over here, and that's the side I want to be on, okay? Couple things we can do with a standard stack. is you, Andrew, can just simply stand off the court right here, okay? So what I'm gonna do, go ahead and serve it to me, Austin. I'm gonna hit the return and I'm coming right over to the side that I wanna be on, okay? So now we're on the correct side. Here's where it can get confusing. We've gotta remember where we are when the score is odd or even, okay? So that's the standard stack. Now there's a different type of stacking, and it's called the signal or the switch stack. And this is where we can really screw up our opponent, all right? Give them a different look. What you're gonna do is you're gonna give me a signal as to whether you're gonna cross or not. I wanna be on this side, okay? And so we're gonna switch them up. So the signal, an open hand, means you're going, you're switching, okay? Closed fist means that you're gonna stay. Okay? Got it. That's the way to do it. He's on his strong side and gets the winner. Now, I'll go one other point where it gets sophisticated, and I love this stuff. I love this because, again, we want to make them feel uncomfortable. I'm not happy until they're not happy. Okay? So what you can do is you can fake poach. So open hand means he's going, closed hand means he's staying. You could go double closed fist, meaning you're gonna fake it. Okay, so double closed fist, I'm gonna stay, but I'm gonna do this and leave early. So many times, he'll try to hit the crud out of the ball and miss it. To review, if your score is even, you are on your preferred side. If the score is odd, that's when you wanna consider stacking. Two different types of stacking, which is the traditional or the standard, which means you're just gonna stand off the court and then come back on. It signals to their opponent, they already know that we're gonna stack. Or we can do the switch or the signal stack, which means they don't know what side we're gonna play on. This is especially effective if they're picking on a certain opponent. Let's switch it up a little bit to cover my bad day. Those are a couple of the principles of stacking. Try it. You're gonna like it, and your opponent won't. I hope you've enjoyed this video on stacking. As you've seen, there's a lot of different options. What we wanna do is open up your toolbox to make your opponent uncomfortable. You can do that by stacking properly. For more tips and tricks, go to totalpickleball.com.